Hey everybody, this is your man Will H. the Cinephile, and welcome back to my channel. And Marvel's latest addition to the MCU had my full attention from the very beginning. I was completely drawn in by the premise, the retro-futuristic 1960s setting, and the promise of something bold and different within a universe that has often felt formulaic in recent years. I'm a sucker for films set in the 60s, especially when they lean into that stylized, almost dreamlike retro aesthetic. And this film absolutely delivered in terms of visuals, from the costumes to the production design to the atmospheric cinematography. The world was striking and full of life. The movie looked like a world I wanted to lose myself in. And to be fair, the first half of the film had me gripped. It pulled me in with its tone and pacing, and for a while, I truly believed I was about to witness something special. But the more it unfolded, the more my excitement was met with an uncomfortable feeling that couldn't shake. I knew exactly where it was going. As the story progressed, its predictability began to eclipse its strengths. Plot points felt telegraphed, twists and reveals landed with a thud because I had already anticipated them long before they arrived. This overwhelming sense of predictability didn't just affect the narrative, but it drained the action sequences of their impact. The stakes didn't feel high, the outcomes never felt uncertain, and as a result, the battles lacked the intensity and immersion I'd hoped for. Despite the scale and visual ambition of some of the set pieces, I found myself emotionally disconnected. What I was watching rather than experiencing the film. And that's where the real conflict within me lies. Because while I love the setting, while I admire the visual direction, and while I appreciate what this movie was reaching for, it just didn't hit where it needed to. Even though I fully understand the influences Matt Shakman drew from while crafting Fantastic Four, it's clear he took a heavy cue from Stanley Kubrick. This film has this strikingly comic booky feel that I genuinely appreciate. But what really resonated with me was how Shackman built the world. There's a grand cosmic elegance to it that feels deeply inspired by Nolan's Interstellar, especially in how it explores themes of parenthood and the powerful love between a parent and a child. But above all, the visual influence that struck the deepest chord with me was unmistakably Kubrick's 2001: A Space Odyssey. In my opinion, it's more than a nod. It's pretty evident that Shackman was heavily inspired by that film's aesthetic and atmosphere, and I love that. And Galactus as a villain, he is an undeniable presence. He's so enormous, terrifying, and he commands the screen every time he appears. There's something awe-inspiring about how he's realized here. He's not just big, he's genuinely menacing. The visual effects make him feel both godlike and monstrous. He's like a perfect cosmic threat. And Silver Surfer too is beautifully rendered, and her design is sleek, haunting, and powerful, and she glides across the screen like a figure out of myth. Like these two characters are some of the film's greatest strengths, and their presence definitely left an impression. And then there's the team itself, the Fantastic Four. And here's where my feelings become even more complex. The cast on paper and in many moments on screen works well, and Vanessa Kirby brings elegance and weight to her role as Sue Storm, and Joseph Quinn and the actor portraying the Thing both give performances that are strong and committed. Like, I genuinely like this team. Like, they're memorable and they stand out. But Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards, that's where the chemistry falters, in my opinion. Like, I want to be clear. I don't think Pascal is a bad actor. In fact, I admire a lot of his work. But in this role, something didn't click with me. He just didn't feel convincing as Reed. Like, he lacked the authoritative yet grounded presence that the character needs. Like, his performance didn't sell me on the idea of him being the team's intellectual and emotional anchor. And while the rest of the cast managed to find their rhythm, Pascal's interpretation felt out of place and left a noticeable gap. And that's frustrating because despite everything, the style, the characters, the mythic villains, I walked away from the film with mixed feelings. Like, it wasn't bad, it wasn't great, it was a film filled with promise that didn't deliver on the emotional or narrative levels I hoped it would. But more than anything, I'm disappointed. Disappointed that the film I was so excited for, the one I thought I was going to have fun with, the one that had been on my radar for so long, turned out to be something I couldn't fully embrace. Not because it lacked ambition, but because it lacked surprise. It felt like it was playing by numbers when it should have been reinventing the game. But I watched it, I sat with it, I took it in, and now I'm done. I got it over with. Like, I've processed it, and I'm not angry, but I'm just ready to move on. Like, sometimes a movie looks like it's going to leave a lasting mark on you, and then it just doesn't. But, like, that's the Fantastic Four first steps for me. A film with strong visuals, a captivating atmosphere, memorable characters, a towering villain, but ultimately brought down by its predictability, a flat script, and a performance at the center that just didn't work. So there you have it. So make sure to like, subscribe, and share, and also follow my letterbox. And overall, this film I gave a big 6 out of 10. So, just in case if I don't see you again, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.